Guilty pleasures. We all have them, we all need them. People find themselves wondering, why am I playing this game? But the most interesting question is, why do these so-called bad games seem to resonate with us when other players and critics dismiss them entirely? And should you check them out? To answer this, I dug through my entire gaming history, read your Reddit threads and read countless articles to compile a list with cult classic games and unappreciated gems. Because you play the 10 out of 10s, you play the 9 out of 10s, but you're looking something that speaks to you. Yes, you, David. Why are you looking at your phone, bro? This is just the start of the series, so if you have any suggestions, then leave them in the comments. Each episode, I'm gonna start with a cult classic and then make my way towards more obscure titles. Because I want to make sure that there's something for everyone. The only rule, the game has to be rated modestly. Sounds good? Let's do some case analysis. Deadly Premonition is one of the most fun experiences I ever had with a game, but you would never know that because it looks and sounds like this. This game's budget is really low, and you can tell. I will never forget when I was playing this game at my house, and my friend was sitting next to me. He just asked me with astonishment, "What the hell are you playing?" I was like, I promise it's better than it looks. Believe me, it's not the time that it was released. This game was released the same year as Alan Wake. To make matters worse, if you actually decide to play this game, this is what's gonna happen to you in the first 10 minutes. First thing you see is a grandpa taking his grandkids for a walk. Cute, right? Nope! The stroll is interrupted by the sight of a dead woman planted to a tree. Then the game finds it appropriate to show us scenes of different people mourning. I don't know about you, but I am very emotionally invested. It's not like I have no idea what's going on. Before I get to finish that thought, the game takes us somewhere completely differently. Here we see this little girl who wants to hear another story. Who am I to argue?
I want to hear another story.
Let's hear a story. Nope! Suddenly we meet our protagonist York, who finds himself in the company of these twin angels and someone in his mind named Zach.
Zach, can you hear me?
What is this, some kind of Fight Club split personality situation?
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
What? If you're looking for answers, then you will find none, because the game jumps again. And now York is riding his car to the murder scene looking all cool smoking cigarettes. He crashes, and of course, he barely reacts. York is just a chill guy, you see. Okay, time to take a breather. You've been through a lot, so that means only one thing. You have to play with a flashlight for at least 5 seconds. I mean, what are you, weird? Time to get your taste of the awful controls. Oh, lekker! I mean, who says controls need to make sense, right? And when you thought that things couldn't get any weirder, you find your first, supposedly, terrifying enemy. Resident Evil, take notes, please. Enemies are slow, weak, and allergic to attacking. But York still feels the need to congratulate himself for taking them out.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I can't do better than that. That's called an A+ rating, right?
Why are you bending over? Just come attack me. Weird day, but understandable. After all, his coffee warned him about this.
My coffee warned me about it.
After you're done bullying the enemies, you escape to the main road. Here you basically get to reenact the 2-minute ladder climb from MGS3, except there was a purpose. You needed to take a breather after the boss fight. Here, it just happens in the beginning of the game. Then you meet Emily and George. And if Twin Peaks hasn't popped in your mind from the setting, characters and randomness already, then let me show you the similarities. An FBI cop comes to a lush and secluded town to investigate a murder. He gets to meet weird and quirky characters, while himself also fits that description.
But the true test of any hotel, as you well know, Diane, is that morning cup of coffee, which I'll be getting back to you about within a half hour. The events that take place are unpredictable
and there's always the hint of the supernatural. And this will be our turning point. First of all, if I somehow got you curious, then stop it right here and go play the game. For everyone else, let's continue a little further. You wake up at the hotel, ready to seize the day. There you get to meet Polly and get introduced to my favorite song from the soundtrack. You finally get to sit down with this beautiful woman and have some beautiful breakfast over wonderful, awkward chit-chat. Why are they sitting across from each other in such a long table? Well, to set up this joke, of course.
Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you.
And I know what you're wondering. Are we actually gonna bone Miss Polly? You have to play the game to find out. No need to wonder about your mom, though. Enough of this insanity. It's time to ask the coffee to tell us the future. We just need to look with interest.
To make a new video, so please
Gotcha! Now you have to subscribe and like, you have no choice. Okay, I'm almost done. We go outside and we take a ride. And this cute thing happens when you're in the car.
Speaking of 80s movies, one jewel in the rough springs to mind. Deadly Spawn. Do you remember that one, Zach?
We have random chats with Zach about old movies, just like the medic has with Snake in MGS3.
Snake, have you seen 007 From Russia with Love?
And I like it, I'm not gonna lie. You finally make it to the police station, so you can continue the investigation, and I will stop it here to avoid spoilers. The game does not look the best, sound the best, or play the best, but what it has in abundance is character and imagination. Get ready to laugh, be unexpectedly impressed with its story, and slowly fall in love with its characters. And if you like weird things, believe me, this game gets even weirder. Get ready to collect cards of the characters, hear random facts about squirrels and old classic movies, and of course, get unexpectedly addicted to fishing. The game starts with a pretentious, could be profound monologue, but don't worry because it wastes no time grabbing your attention immediately after. You're sitting in the toilet of a diner. It becomes apparent that you need to shit and piss the bad food you just had, but that desire gets interrupted. You suddenly get possessed and you feel an intense desire to commit murder. Thankfully, you found the blindest man in the universe because for some reason he cannot see you coming, even though he's looking in the mirror. You perform the deed in the most savage way, and right after that, you snap back to reality.
What have I done?
You done fucked it up!
Well, now you need to figure out a way out of this, and this is the precise moment you take control of the situation. Isn't this an amazing premise to start the game? You realize you have to act fast. There's a police officer in the diner and he will soon come to the toilet to pee. So you do the only thing that makes sense, you pee first and then you try to exit. Sadly, you're a dum-dum because you're covered in blood and everybody will notice that. Your story ends here.
And that's how my story ends. The cop, who thought at first that I was injured, opened the door to the toilets and found the body.
Okay, next try. You just need to act normal. Like normal people pee. Let me pee first. Okay, next I will ignore the body since the police officer is coming soon. Let me look if somebody saw me. Shit, that made me worry. Gotta keep it together. First, I need to fix myself. Having blood everywhere seems like a bad idea. I'm leaving the bathroom. There's a phone right next to me. Let me use it. Bad idea. There's this guy here. Let me talk to him. He might be friendly.
You got a problem, pal?
Bad idea. Well, screw it. I'm leaving.
Sir.
The waitress. She noticed something. I'm done for. Yes?
I think that you might have forgotten to pay your bill.
Oh, yes, of course. Excuse me.
Oh shit, I forgot to pay the bill. Well, since I'm here, I might as well come forward to the officer.
In the toilets, It wasn't me. I'm innocent.
You better go and splash a little water on your face, sir. I think that would do you some real good.
Bad idea. Okay. Maybe I can go eat and drink and act all normal. Time to pay. Holy shit, inflation has changed things. That's insane.
That's the end of my story. They say I went completely off the rails and that I'm not responsible for my actions.
And that's it. You're bringing up inflation stressed the character to no end, and he lost his mind. This is something you have to worry about in this game. You making bad decisions can lead to the character falling apart. Okay, this is it. No more games. Time to do this right. First, I need to pee. And then pee again. I hide the body. I hide the knife.
The knife. I've got to get rid of it.
I clean the blood. And of course, wash myself. Go out. Walk normally. Time to eat and drink and pay my bill. I feel like running, but no. I need to walk slowly, with confidence. I open the door, and I'm out. Time to run like a kid when they see a dark section in the road. The police officer is heading to the toilet. I ran and I found a taxi. For now, I'm safe.
Nobody goes anywhere. A crime has just been committed. I'm going to have to ask you to stay calm and wait here for the police to arrive and check your IDs.
Are you curious how the story will progress? You should be. This game has some really cool ideas. It goes off the rails later, but it's still an enjoyable ride. There's some good direction and cinematography, and I'm not gonna lie, some of the music I listen to this day. The game starts with our protagonist Jonathan waking up amidst a graveyard of bodies. His first seconds are trying to communicate to us many different things at the same time. Firstly, he's not like everybody else. He should be dead, but somehow he's alive. Secondly, his time in the army, with all the death and suffering he experienced, is gonna follow him back to England. For an audience that speaks the language of storytelling, it's easy for us to ascertain that our protagonist has just become a vampire. The blood vision and his remarks about being thirsty make that obvious.
So thirsty.
But Jonathan is oblivious, and he's about to find out in the most horrific way possible. One of my favorite things about this game is the music and how it's used to create emotion. Take a look at how the cello and choir raise the stakes when Jonathan tries to bite his sister. The way the music rises, I think symbolizes Jonathan's animalistic instincts taking control over him.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary!
And it's not just the music. The aesthetics of this game are perfect. The hazy bloom of light scattering through the fog. The clash of cold New Georgian architecture with a creeping modernism. I think together, these elements create the best atmosphere for a vampire game. Bonus tip. If you really want to immerse yourself in this game, you can actually turn off the HUD, and characters, when they give you side quests, would actually point out where you need to go so you can follow their instructions.
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
But let's continue where we left off. Jonathan doesn't have a long time to mourn. Hunters quickly track him down, assuming the worst of course, But why are there vampire hunters prowling London? Well, it turns out being stuck with the Spanish flu...
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
And having people dying mysteriously inevitably leads to paranoia.
Most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
You eventually have to fight your pursuers, and then you get your first taste of the combat. And of course, it's Souls-like inspired. Yeah, do you remember the time when everyone was trying to copy the Batman Arkham Asylum combat? Well, for the past decade, everyone is doing the same with From Software's combat. But you are well aware of that. Here the combat is the weakest link. Sadly, Vampyr works just far better as a story-driven RPG than an action game. After Jonathan escapes his pursuers and finds safety, he takes some time to simmer on everything he just experienced. His rational brain cannot accept what he has become and what he did, so he takes the only way out. Nope. You're a vampire. Get your ass up. Here we get introduced to the skill tree. But you've seen that before, so I'm not gonna waste your time. But did you know that you can eat rats in this game?
I have this thirst for blood.
I just love that line. Don't ask me why. You later find yourself in the bar, and here you get to the really juicy part of this game. Get it? Juicy bar? You get to investigate and make decisions, and your decisions really do have an impact, and not just in how the game's story progresses, but also the city itself. The city is dying. There's murder, sickness, crime, paranoia. Your actions will dictate if things are getting better or far, far worse. Throughout the game, you will get the opportunity to mesmerize key characters.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
I will. So that means mind controlling them to a dark spot and... I also have no idea what the choir is saying, but it sounds like they're inviting you to do some biting. Who am I to say no? Right after the deed is done, you also get to hear your victim's final thoughts.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me.
Doing this, of course, will make you stronger, faster, but it's gonna have consequences to everyone in the city. The more you embrace the dark side and you choose to be evil, the more you can see the monster you have become in Jonathan's face. Kinda like Infamous. Or if you can think of any other game, then put it down in the comments. So here's the question. Will you help the city heal, or will you seek your own selfish goals? If you're willing to excuse the combat, then what you're left here is one of the, okay, not the best RPGs, but a really good one, goddammit. It might be hard to believe, but Datura is the strangest game you will see from this video. Datura is a short game about a person caught between life and death, with their memories melting into each other. Memories that force our protagonist to ponder about what is right and what is wrong. Fittingly, the game itself feels trapped in the same state of neither alive nor dead, because it's incredibly difficult to find a play, because it finds itself being trapped in the PS3's digital marketplace. To experience it again, I had to emulate it on my PC, which led to strange glitches and occasional crashes. If you want to get poetic, you could say that this surreal fever dream of a game about morality, mortality, serves as a melancholic allegory for the challenge of preserving video game history. If getting lost in someone's nightmare while having to make moral choices that will change how the game evolves sounds like something fun to you, or simply you need an escape from the noise of life into something serene and slow-paced, then check this game out, if you can find your hands on it. Be aware that the controls are horrendous, and probably the main reason this game is barely talked about, but if you go in expecting to fight them, I hope you will be able to get past it and experience the gem underneath. Before I go, I would like to say how happy I am to talk about this game, since it's been on my mind ever since I played it, on that cold winter night, all alone in the dark. I think the mindset of the gamers and game critics at the time was not ready to embrace how abstract this game is. I really hope that now times have changed. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much if you made it all the way here, and if you like this series then please leave a like. Also, if you want to influence what games I'm going to be talking about next, then please leave a comment and I will take a look at it. And that's it. See you next month. Bye my guy.